What's up everybody, this is Age. It's been a while since I made a video like this. I've been a little incapacitated over the weekend and early this week due to my shoulder being weird, so that's why you didn't see Beta Weekend Event 2, Berserker and Daredevil videos from me. So I'm really sorry about that, but I will talk about Daredevil today. What I want to talk about is the changes for Daredevil going into Beta Weekend Event 3. Now this is the changes as of September 17th in the morning. I won't talk about all the changes, but more so the changes that piqued my interest. So let's start with dodges. The new dodges felt clunky to use, and right now the devs are looking into making these dodges more like baseline dodges. This is great because some of the dodge timings felt off, and this can really screw with you if you swap dodge types every now and then. Next thing is staff. So staff overall felt slow and clunky to use. Some of the skills had some unsatisfactory effects, like weakening charge isn't targeted, so if you pass through with the charge, you couldn't charge back the opposite way, but you kept on charging in the same direction. Now this skill is targetable, so it's way better to use in fights. The basic attacks got buffed, and punishing strikes, the third attack slash the twirl animation, is now a missile reflect. I actually really like this because it may be situational, but you can reflect missiles during a fight, which is pretty neat. Dust Strike, they reduced the cast time from half a second to a quarter of a second, which is good because I didn't like using Dust Strike in a skill rotation, so hopefully this makes it feel a little better to use. There's been talk from some players wanting Dust Strike to be like Black Powder, the pistol offhand skill, and make it a circle AoE field around you. Some players want to keep this skill range but make it a rectangular AoE. I'm kind of 50-50 on the matter after thinking about it. Vault is getting updated. Right now the cost is reduced from 6 to 5 and the cast time is reduced from 1 second to 3/4 of a second. The devs are actually considering making Vault an evade, and I say put it in. I feel like Vault is easy enough to telegraph, and I feel like adding the evade would make it worthy to use more often. Now let's move on to utilities. There's two I want to talk about. The first is Bandit's Defense. The cooldown got increased from 10 seconds to 15. Now I know this is a good skill, but I feel like the knockdown duration or the block duration could have been increased to make up for the increased cooldown. I also like the idea from players about making this like a flip skill and making the knockdown optional, or being able to dodge cancel the kick knockdown. Right now you're locked into the kick knockdown if you're near a melee enemy, and it leaves you vulnerable, which isn't cool. The next utility is Distracting Daggers. The equip cast time got reduced to half a second, and the duration increased to 25 seconds, and the velocity was increased by 100%. This skill might feel a little better now. Beforehand, for me, this skill was a non-pickup due to the internal cooldowns for throwing each dagger and the velocity. I still don't think I'll use it in PvP though. Next up is the issue of Condition Cleanse. In PvP scenarios, Escapist Absolution is pretty much the trait you have to take. This trait removes a condition on successful dodge. Now for those who don't know, Shadow Arts is the current specialization line thieves have to take for a reliable condition cleanse by using stealth. If you're going Daredevil, you'll be playing a more dodge-oriented style than stealth-oriented, making Shadow Arts less useful to take over other options. Now there are a few problems with Escapist Absolution. First, it forces you to take it. There are no other traits to reliably condition cleanse, which takes away the option of going into Stab Master or Impacting Disruption. And I really want Impact Disruption for the pulmonary impact marks. Second, it's a situational condition cleanse. You have to successfully dodge to remove one condition. That means you can only condition cleanse when in combat. As a Daredevil, if I disengage a fight with 9 stacks of burning on me, I'm pretty much dead. So, way back in the day, thieves had an option in the acrobatics line called Fleet of Foot. Fleet of Foot removed a condition by simply dodging. So I feel some sort of bridge is needed between Escapist Absolution and Fleet of Foot. Conditions weren't as powerful when Fleet of Foot was around, so I feel like this condition meta warrants bringing back aspects of Fleet of Foot in some fashion so that Daredevils aren't removing conditions so easily, but aren't worrying all the time about getting barraged with conditions either. And the last thing I want to talk about specifically is the staff animations. The idle and running animations alone are using the hammer animations, which is fine for beta. However, come Hearthstone's launch, I'm expecting new animations suited for a staff that's going to be used for martial arts. And those are the changes and issues I wanted to talk about going into Beta Weekend Event 3. On the forums, there's a bit of concern from players about devs not talking about condition cleanse and the staff animation issues. I'm pretty sure right now they're getting the fixes to dodges and staff in, and we'll address the other issues we have soon. Especially the condition cleanse issue, because it's been around for a while now. Hopefully they do so before or soon after Beta Weekend Event 3, because it's gonna be launched soon afterwards. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.